What's going on, fellas? It's another Boogie production. I want to salute you guys for subscribing to the channel. Also want to thank you guys for liking the videos too, man. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. Alright, let's get into this video, bruh. Stop comparing yourself to other men. Just stop. And to be honest, man, I don't even want to put no commentary behind that shit. I just want to leave it right there and just put out a public service announcement for the day. Stop comparing yourself to other men. Because I think that's a dangerous thing to do, man. And I think in the long run, it's really unhealthy. Look, there's nothing wrong with having a mentor, or a role model. Or some guys even pattern themselves after their, granddad or dad, great-granddad, or uncle. Look, that's pretty normal. But once you start getting off into the world of, comparing yourself to superheroes, or some niggas think they in the episode of Star Trek or some shit, that's when you get kind of delusional, man. And you just stepping out of reality at that point. Because I feel like this. If you consume yourself with yourself, then you don't even have the time to focus on another motherfucker. You don't even have the time to be in a delusional world because you so consumed with your reality. And that's one of the biggest things that I noticed, even my dealings with YouTube. A lot of people, and I've spoken on this before, a lot of people have created these online personas, these characters that they are playing. And, it's nothing really wrong with that shit, because I understand people use anything to escape reality, escape their reality. Everybody don't turn to drugs or alcohol or any kind of reckless behavior to escape their reality. People will use any avenue to do that shit. And that's what social media has created. Look, man, because a lot of people say, these women are delusional, which is true. But I seen the same thing with men. Men comparing themselves to superheroes and shit. That ain't no different than these females out here on Instagram taking pictures with the angles, using all the filters and shit. It's a lot of people in this delusional world. And let me say this. Because I wasn't even going to get into this shit. But because I felt like it was real insignificant to my overall message. But I was at the VA hospital a few weeks ago, and I was talking to this doctor. It was a white guy, older white guy. And I brought that up because y'all know we love white folk. It don't count or it's not credible unless a white person says it, which I just think is fascinating. But anyway, it was an older white guy, and we just chopping it up, right? I'm telling him about YouTube, X, Y, and Z. And I just wanted his expert opinion on certain behaviors that I was seeing. And a lot of this shit is normal. Basically he broke it down to me like this. And I'll make it short, because we might have talked for about 30 minutes. But he was telling me, how men are incredibly intimidated by other men. He was like, that's perfectly normal, especially when you add females into the mix. He was like, that's a normal male behavior. And, he was drawing parallels into other aspects of life. And then I told him, I was like, you know what? You're right. Because I see this all the time in the gym. The gym is probably the place I see this the most, where men are intimidated by other men, and I see all kind of crazy behaviors. So for all the guys that work out, y'all know what I'm saying is correct. But anyway, so like I said, I was talking to this doctor, and he was just giving it to me raw and uncut, no homo, about a lot of male behavior that's really normal, and it shouldn't be looked at in a negative way. It just is what it is. It's been like that since the beginning of time, So yeah, men being intimidated by other men, sexual competition is real, all these other things. And then you kind of step it up a notch, then you just got man crushes. you know. And that's not even on no gay shit. That's just, you know, and once again, a doctor told me that men, the same qualities that women see in men, other men see in other men. Real talk. This is why a man, just on a psychological level, sometimes a man can look at another man and the first thing that goes through his mind is, well, this is what the women like. And that's going to bring a certain behavior out of that guy. So this shit is pretty deep. And I'm like, wow. You know, and up until the time where I started making YouTube videos, or even fairly recently, that this shit even crossed my fucking mind. But this is some real heavy shit. Some real heavy shit, man. So, once again, stop comparing yourself to other men, man. Just stop. Just put it down. You know, consume yourself with yourself. I feel like you can't go wrong by doing that. See, a lot of people find pleasure in making other people feel bad. You know, and look, to each his own. But I say this, that door swing both ways. You know, that door swing both ways. And I definitely believe in karma. You know, so if that energy come back on you, you know, be prepared to deal with that. You know, if that's the life you want to live. Me personally, I don't find pleasure into making other people feel bad. You know, I don't. That's like growing up. I didn't like bullies, man. I didn't. I was the kind of guy, I punched the bully in his fucking face. You know, whether he tried to fuck with me or one of my guys or somebody that I even knew remotely. It's like, nah, man. You know, I don't like when people pick on the weak. Fuck with somebody that's stronger than you. You know, fuck with somebody on your level. Fuck with somebody with some advocacy. Fuck with somebody that want to smoke. You know, that's my mentality on that. I don't think you get points for fucking with people, you know, that's weaker than you, man. I think that's kind of corny anyway. But a lot of people do it. You know, a lot of people do it. And to be honest, let me throw out something else too. You know, and I heard Ron Will speaking about this, his last few videos. Shout out to Ron. But it don't matter what y'all think. It's not a group of guys that that would probably be considered more on the select side, fucking with people that's not select. It's really the other way around. A lot of people find pleasure off fucking with guys because they simply who they are. You know, they might be above average looking aesthetically or physically appealing to the opposite sex. You know, and a lot of guys find pleasure and to try to knock these guys down a couple pegs. But, you know, in our reality, look, that's cool for entertainment. But when it's all said and done, you know, everybody gonna go back to their real lives. You know, everybody gonna go back to the default settings of their life. And it comes down to, are you happy or not? Is your dick happy? You know, are you satisfied with your life? You know, so you got entertainment, you got virtual reality, and then you got reality. So, you know, to me, I try my best to stay in reality. You know, I try my best to stay in reality. You know, that's what keeps me grounded, man. That's what keeps me focused. You know, if I get too far off the path, you know, I get my ass right back on the path, man. The path to reality. You know, what's real and what's not. What affects me and what don't. You know, because a lot of people online, man, they actually, and like this is more online than anywhere else. People want you to feel how they feel. You know, and if you don't feel how they feel, then their true colors come out. And it's like, nah, motherfucker, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You know, or it could work with some people. Definitely don't fly C Boogie Productions. You know, a motherfucker can't sway my opinion one way or the next. I make decisions on my own. And I stand on it. I stand on it. You know, I actually thought that's what men's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But be that as it may, a lot of people want you to feel how they feel. You know, whether it be anger, whether it be some bitterness, whether it be some hostility, whatever, man. And if you don't, put it like this. That's the one way you can find out if somebody got good intentions in your life or not. You know, is when y'all have a fucking disagreement, see? You know, but moving on from that, that's the reality. A lot of people want you to feel how they feel. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know, different strokes for different folks, right? So once again, man, comparing yourself to other men, people even take it as far as comparing different coaches to other coaches. And I'm like, yo, man, that's cool and everything, but what is that going to change? What is that going to do? Okay, shit going to make you feel better temporarily. That's all it is a temporary fix or a temporary conversation. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I feel like this, about the black community in particular. What if everybody just worried about their self? What if everybody just take care of what's under their roof or just police themselves instead of all this signifying, worried about the next motherfucker? What if everybody just took care of themselves? I think that's the best way to rise up. I don't even get into this whole collective kind of shit, man. I think in Black America we try that anyway. I think it's time for everybody to take accountability for that situation. And kind of just go from there. Let the chips fall where they fall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like I say, man, I'm gonna wrap this up. But that's why people do it, man. Men compare themselves to other men to escape that reality. Or it could just be some positive attributes that a motherfucker see in another man, but he just don't know how to give another man his props. You know what I'm saying? They don't. So the first thing people do is hate, jealousy, anger, bitterness, whatever. Or they do it to make themselves feel better, to prop themselves up. To prop themselves up, to put themselves on a pedestal. But that's only a temporary fix. But to me, that's pretty crazy, man, that people find pleasure in that. I'm very satisfied with myself. I'm gonna be honest, man. I just love being myself. I would not trade my shit in for anybody. The good times, the hard times, the bad times, it all brought me to this moment that I am right now. Wouldn't trade it in. I love being me. And I think everybody should have that attitude. Now, you don't have to, but, you can escape reality. You can be Captain Kirk from Star Trek. If that's what gets you through your day. If that's what gets you through your day. But in all reality, man, on some real shit, man, I just don't think it's going to leave a person fulfilled fully. Until they fully self-actualize into the man that they want to be, into the man that they envision themselves to be. And you make that materialize. That's the journey of life. To be honest, that's what's most important. Being you. Bringing out your unique gifts. Displaying that to the world. Every man got something special and unique about him, man. You got to bring that shit out of yourself, man. You got to craft that. You got to mold that. That takes a little bit of time. That takes a little bit of patience. That takes some self-awareness, man. All of that. It's not easy. For some people, it's not easy loving yourself. You've been told a bunch of negative shit. I get it. You've been told a bunch of negative shit. Or you had a bunch of negative experiences in your life. And only a few positive ones. I understand. But hey, man, like I say, nobody is going to change that with the individual. That's it. That's it. You know, real shit. So that's it for today, man. Quick drop for the people. Thank y'all for liking the videos, man, from the heart. Thank y'all to all my Patreons. You know, follow C Boogie Productions on Twitter. Thank you for everybody, you know, supporting the channel. You know, shout out to my day ones. You know, I lost a lot of people, lost a lot of subscribers. Let me say this real quick, you know, but I gained a lot of new ones as well. You know, so at the end of the day, it worked itself out. And just like I tell people, man, if y'all want the old message, go listen to the old videos. You know, I'm constantly evolving. You know, I'm constantly gaining greater understandings on things. So, of course, my message is going to change. And I don't mind being out here on an island dolo. As long as I, you know, get my message across to the people that want to hear this shit. That's the only thing that matters to me. The only thing that matters. So just like Jay-Z said, y'all want old Jay-Z? Go listen to Reasonable Doubt. Y'all want old Boogie? Go listen to old C Boogie. You know? It is what it is. Peace.